Technology for the Use of Reflection, Communication, and Collaboration by Wendy Schubarth. Observation of technology for the use of reflection. In today's classrooms, teachers use computer programs like Planbook to make their lesson plans, rather than using the old paper format. They use programs to graph test scores, and they use them to reflect on daily lessons. Challenges are internet usage, the schools having the technology available and making it available to their teachers for use. Another great program is an online grading program that allows parents to log on to check their child's grade. One challenge I have noticed is the access to computers or technology during non-school hours. One way to help this is to always promote public libraries and their use of computers. The use of technology helps teachers to observe students while engaged in working. Another part of that is communicating face-to-face so that there are no misunderstandings. One way to address this issue is for educators to make weekly calls to parents and share about that child's week. I have learned that this is a great way to involve parents in the child's education. Teachers can use the internet to print off reflection worksheets. The use of these reflection sheets by students helps teachers to guide instruction based on the feedback they get from their students. Here a teacher is using technology in group instruction or guided practice. The use of technology in daily lessons allows for all types of learners to come together with the common goal of learning. The use of reflection, collaboration, and communication. After we reflect, it is time to communicate with teachers, parents, and administrators on what the next steps should be. Sometimes challenges teachers face are just exactly what those next steps should be. One way to help this is to have professional learning communities with other educators. This helps you to have fresh, new ideas and strategies in your classroom. But just what do we do with the reflection data that we create or have from these reflections? We learn what strategies work for students. A lot of times it is a trial and error basis. The challenges that I have seen are time and resources. There is not enough time or resources to come up with these new strategies. But I have learned that teaching new instructional strategies with the use of technology and other research-based best practices is a great way to solve these challenges. This slide shows different ways educators can implement technology for the use of reflection, communication, and collaboration with each other and parents. It is important to always review the rules of digital citizenship with parents and students when using technology. Again, student self-reflection worksheets are a great way to collaborate with other educators based on feedback from your students. Using this reflection will help you to become a better teacher in evaluating yourself and your teaching strategies. In schools, I have seen many teachers using simple reflection worksheets like this one to get feedback from their students. They then use information to reflect on their teaching style, lessons, and classroom environment. Then, by communicating with parents verbally or by the use of technology and collaborating with other educators, they are able to gather together the data or information they need to create an optimal and inclusive learning environment for their students. Thank you for your time. One challenge I faced was observing in classrooms that were covering the content I needed for this presentation. I faced this challenge by copying my field hours off and showing them to the teachers ahead of time, so I would be able to observe at a time when I could observe these strategies being taught. I also faced a challenge to find a quiet place and time to make this presentation. The problem solved itself. My kids got invited to go play, so I ended up having the house to myself for about 3 hours. One thing I learned was to go with the flow of things. It is amazing how creative you can get when you take a step back and observe all different strategies of teaching and learning. I also learned a new way of format and a way of communicating or presenting and sharing that information.